How to afford silver stacking when you're broke. That is what we're talking about today. I'm Nose for Silver, and if you love the idea of silver stacking but think you can't afford it, think again. Silver stacking doesn't have to break the bank, and I'll show you how to get started with very little money. So let's get into it.
I'm broke as a joke.
If you are new to silver stacking, this is what it is. Silver is a tangible asset, a hedge against inflation, and most of all, a fun hobby. You don't need to be rich. It's all about starting small and being consistent. Forget about buying many ounces right away. You can start with grams or even fractional silver. Think of it as a savings habit and not a get-rich-quick scheme. So first of all, before I get into what type of silver is best to begin for stacking, in my personal opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, just a silver collector. Cut out those meals that you buy to go. Cut out a cup of coffee or so. All it takes is an extra $30 a month, an extra $60 a month, and you can be well on your way to starting your silver stack. If you're even more enthusiastic about silver stacking, get a quick side hustle or start something like Uber driving or Lyft, something like that, where you can earn a few extra bucks that are dedicated to your silver stack. Now, here's where you can buy the cheapest silver: your local coin store. And the problem is these days, if you don't live in a heavily or even middle populated environment, it might be a challenge to have a really good quality local coin shop. The area I live in has two. The one I like rarely carries much stacking silver at all. And the other one, I just don't get a great vibe from. So I find myself oftentimes looking on eBay, and that's a whole nother video, or going to one of the really major sellers online like Bullion, AppMex. There's many of them out there. And please don't get discouraged by the fancy coins you'll see. There are so many beautiful, fancy, encapsulated coins that measure for the grade of a coin, which means how well maintained it is. But you don't have to worry about any of that stuff as you start your silver stacking collection, and that was by no means how I started mine. And the last thing to know before we really get into what to buy is watch it every day for the silver spot price. Every single morning, look what the silver spot price is, see how it's moving, and then you can get a better idea of when the best days are to go to your local coin shop and buy that silver that you've been saving up for. And again, you don't need more than 35 bucks. You can do 60 bucks. You can even do 15 bucks. It's all good. But I promise you, once you start to stack, you will get bitten by that silver bug. So here are some good examples of what I think silver stackers should begin with, and really what I began with. The first thing I ever got is what they call junk silver, continental currency, something, constitutional currency. And that is just old silver coins. Now these might look pretty underwhelming. It's just a typical quarter like you're very used to seeing. And you can see the wear on that because it is old. But all of these coins right here, the quarter and the dime, all have 90% silver in them. So don't shake your head at these things. Even though they look like pocket change, they contain 90% silver. And that is a great way to get started because dealers usually don't sell these at a very high premium. They're easy to come by, and you can start with dimes, move up to quarters if you'd like, or really anywhere in between, because they are easy to begin with. If you get a little bit of this junk silver and get kind of bored with that idea, what I'd really recommend are these 1 ounce just bullion rounds. This has almost no premium on it. In fact, it has milk spots on it. It's not in great condition. I'm positive I bought these at spot price without paying a premium on them. And that's just because what they are, it's not minted by a government mint, it's just minted by a business. And oftentimes, whenever you're new to silver stacking, you can go to these online websites and find a new purchaser package where they'll sell you about 5 to 10 silver bullion 1-ounce coins for spot price with no extra charge involved. That can be a great way to start your collection and save on spot price. Let's see here. Here's another example of one. This is one of the more common ones you'll see. The Indian on the front and the buffalo on the back. This will go for very close to spot price, might be just a little bit over it. And if you're new and you're asking, what does it mean going over spot price, or it is spot price? Well, every day the spot price fluctuates per minute, really. And say it's $34. Well, that means right there in this day, this 1-ounce coin is worth $34. And when I say they might have a small premium on it, then this coin might sell for, say, $35. So you have to pay a small premium, but this coin is very popular for beginners, and it will definitely have a better resale value than just this super generic coin with some milk spots on it. Also, you can just collect simple generic bullion rounds. This one's a little bit bigger, so it's 3 ounces. You'd have to, check out about $100 for this. But it's a different thing to add to your collection, and it just depends how affordable and what your budget is. So if you can save, say, $30 a week, then you could get one of these at the end of the month. If you could only save $10 a week, you could easily be getting one of these a month. And once you start getting these, you'll find ways to start cutting back on your spending even more, because you're essentially not losing the money, you're converting the money into silver. And silver in history has been a great hedge against inflation. So there's a chance that you could resell all of this for, a good profit. And that would be awesome, and that's the best case scenario. Now, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you about my experience with silver stacking and how I began, basically with a ton of junk silver and then getting into the smaller rounds right here. Create your budget, create your plan, and stick with it. Even if it's $30 a month, you can be bringing one of these home every month. By the end of the year, you'd have 12 of these, and that would be worth $350 plus. So just remember that. It adds up. It's not like you're spending money. It's like you're transitioning money from fiat currency into a tangible metal. And that's really, I think, why silver stackers love stacking, because the dollar is backed by nothing, and silver is real, and it's right here, and it's in your hands. So liquidating it is fairly easy, and if the dollar declines, usually you'll see the silver price rise. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up. We're a new channel. We can always use all the help we can get here. I'm Nose for Silver. Let me know how you began stacking, and we'll see you next time with more silver on the table later on.